No.
Live from the general voice chat in the TRL Discord, it's Late Night with Mr. Storm. Tonight, Storm welcomes Red Bull driver Anthony Chamor, me, Oscar Chikura, and Mercedes team principal Sean. Features Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. Here's your host, Mr. Storm. Give it a bit of oomph.
The silence, I've said it before, the silence really makes the intro after Oscar, or Will, or Oscar in tonight's case, does his bit. I love how Oscar said, give it a bit of oomph, when that was kind of me describing how you say it, not say that out loud, but fair enough. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Welcome to tonight's program. My name is Mr. Storm, future Donkey Kong champion. It's unfortunate, Oscar, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get so good at that game, believe me. I'm gonna get really, really, really good at that game. That's where Oscar comes in with a nice witty remark and keeps the flow of the show going, but it's his first time properly doing this, so fair enough. Oh, just completely ignore the fact we've done 25,000 of these shows before and you should know what to do, but never mind, ignore it. Anyway, good evening everyone, tonight's program. Now, as you might know, this morning TRL and I reached a settlement on me leaving the server. It's sad, isn't it, Oscar, that my time's coming to an end here?
Yeah, thanks, Storm. Once upon a time, there was a big giraffe who put on a funny show for all the other animals.
No! Stop! You don't do that until we've... No! Stop! Don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. I thought you were coming up with something really witty, and then I realized, no, that's the bit we're doing in like 5 minutes. I'll cue you in for that, don't worry. This is going really well already, okay. Yeah, TRL and I reached a settlement this morning. Yeah, I knew I was screwed when I received all the races I did commentary on in videotapes like it was 1988, and Ronnie came and took back his cat food. Meow! Meow! Ronnie's cat. It's hungry, it's malnourished. As you all know, it is our last show, it is our final program, so I'd like to apologise to those scheduled for next week's Late Night with Mr. Storm. That was President Trump, the Pope, King Charles III, and a good friend Denzel was going to stop by. Denzel. He's not dead. Well, no, he is dead, Oscar, but we're going to bring his corpse back on.
We do gotta have to serve a memorial for Denzel.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe on tomorrow night's show, yeah. We'll finally hold a memorial service. Tyson will be the pallbearer. He will be very sad. You know, this is really hard for me though, and I will say this. I've been with TRL for a really long time, Oscar. We both have.
Yeah, we are kind of the unks of TRL.
Yeah, I've been here a really long time. You remember Sam Rose, Oscar?
Oh yes, definitely, especially that season 1 victory of his entire life.
Sam Rose was my race engineer once. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's how old I've been. That's how long I've been here, and that's how old I am. He was my race engineer once. Yeah. When he was good at the game. You know, I have been thinking about something, though, over the last couple of days. You know, over the last couple of years, I've made fun of Sam Rose, of Titan, of Ronnie, Ryu, Magna Sheep, Sam Lewis of late, Ryu, and basically anyone you can think of. And here's the messed up part, folks. They all still have employment in TRL. Even Sam Rose, who's now working as the janitor that mops up Ronnie's cat's vomit. Yeah. I'm the loser now, everybody. He's mopping up the cat's sick. I'm on the way to the dole office. Meow! Get him out of here. Meow! In all seriousness, though, thanks, Oscar. In all seriousness, though, I have reached an agreement with TRL, and this is official. Tomorrow night is the final Late Night with Mr. Storm. And if we had Daniel Fawkes here, there would be a nice aww. Hooray! Aww. Now, this wasn't our first choice, it wasn't our 8th as a matter of fact, but we are going to make the best out of a bad situation. So here's the plan, everyone. Tonight and tomorrow night, we're going to have a lot of fun. We are going to have a lot of fun. That's what we're going to do. We are all very lucky people being here, and we're going to make these final two shows very, very fun, Oscar. And we're making tonight fun already.
Yes, we are having a really big. We are making really fun, especially me messing up my script.
Yeah, which we're coming to in a minute, but we're not there just yet. So we have made this agreement, and you know how it is with the internet these days. It's leaked all over the web. The entire settlement, it's all over the internet. You're not looking hard enough if you haven't seen it. It's all over the internet. But there may be some provisions about my settlement with Turbo Racing League that you might not know about, and here they are. Number 1, I'm prohibited from coming 500 yards within the 10 p.m. time slot. I can never do another show at 10 p.m. again, Oscar.
Oh, shucks.
I must return the Etch-a-Sketch my TRL contract was written on. Who does a contract on that? I'm not allowed to make fun of TRL, Oscar.
Oh shit! That's like prohibiting the people making fun of the Jews.
Yeah, okay. I'm not allowed to make fun of TRL. I've got to let TRL's failures speak for themselves. 7 drivers, Oscar. 7 drivers. Whoever escorts me out of TRL this time tomorrow night must have the role of lieutenant or higher. I don't want any corporal escorting me out of here. I want the big boys.
Like
Storm wants big boys confirmed.
Like what big boys?
Like the big boys that are high ranking in the military, not the guys with like 12-inch penises. Yeah. I know Titan's just hung like a horse.
Oh damn. Why are we bullying Titan? He's the one who's streaming the stream.
Yeah.
So
lieutenant or higher. Max Weinberg must surrender his key to the men's bathroom on Little St. James Island. He's a naughty fellow.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
He's a naughty fellow, Max Weinberg. I have to watch at least one TRL race every weekend in order to double their ratings. Yeah. T3 201, I've got to watch it. We've got to go from 1 viewer to 2. Yeah. Effective immediately, and we mentioned this one a couple of nights ago, TRL will stop paying for Will Bowie's tonsillitis medication and medical marijuana.
Thank God, this guy was getting a bit too geeked by singing on the latest Mr. Storm, Late Night with Mr. Storm.
And finally, in the things and the provisions in my TRL settlement, finally, I must stop production on my tell-all documentary titled TRL Inside the Racism. Yeah.
Yeah,
Inside
who came
the
up with that?
racism. And there's a double entendre in that because there's racing activity and there's also racism that goes on TRL. Oh yeah. Oscar, you gotta look at your script now. So now, since Late Night with Mr. Storm is coming to an end, people are extremely confused on how our legal settlement with TRL will work. So to help, our friend and show announcer for the night, Oscar Chukura, is here to explain.
Thanks, Storm. Once upon a time, there was a big giraffe who put on a funny show for all other animals in the jungle. The giraffe is you, Storm.
Yeah, I know the giraffe is me, Oscar, continue.
There was also Storm, a turbo in the jungle, and the giraffe and the turbo unit were best friends. They got on so well. One day, turbo unit lost his mind. The turbo lost his mind, and he started fighting with the giraffe. The fight got so bad that the giraffe had to call his attorney, and the turbo unit had to call his attorney. And they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and they fought!
Oscar, please, calm down. Thank you very much for explaining that. Oscar Chukura, everybody. Yeah, explaining a legal situation really well. They're really hard to explain. Yeah, the TRL attorneys were not really happy, and my attorneys weren't happy either, but we reached a settlement in the end. I've said multiple times over the week that we are a small drop in a very big pond, and of course, in other news today, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested by the old Bill. Obviously, you heard about that, Oscar.
Yeah, this guy was getting a bit too freaky at Little St. James Island.
On his birthday as well. They arrested him on his birthday. He opened the door at 8 o'clock expecting to get some birthday cards from the postman, and then a policeman walked in with a search warrant. Poor guy.
What a year for former Prince. Getting stripped of as Prince, right?
The Andrew, formerly known as Prince. He drives a little red Corvette. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's tough.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Andrew, that's one paedophile in the Epstein files arrested. But unfortunately as well, there's 271,092 to go.
Wait, 271,000? Wasn't that number relevant for 80 years ago?
Maybe a little bit more than that, Oscar, but okay. We'll move on. They're gonna have to dig up Stephen Hawking's body. beep, beep, beep. Please help me, midgets. Beep, beep. He's dead. He can't say that anymore. But he was really into this. He was really into saying that about 25 years ago. Of course, Andrew was released a couple of hours ago, and an already infamous photo has been released. Yeah, he looks like he's been coked up, which obviously means that he was reliving his glory days on Little St. James in the police station earlier on. Have you seen that photo, Oscar?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You should Google it. He looks high out of his mind.
I will search it.
What are they giving him in the police station?
Let me
You know they have
see.
truth serums in the UK.
He's probably starting to look like the former Prince Philip.
Yeah, I noticed he looks a lot like his father, so maybe he'll be dead within the next 2 weeks.
No, he'll probably survive till his 99th birthday.
I highly doubt that, to be honest, but he might. Finally this evening, a team at Stanford University has tested a universal vaccine that will protect against the common cold, coughs, and flus. Did you hear that, Oscar?
No, I haven't, because I'm not
Yeah.
interested in Stanford.
It'll be a shame when all the team at Stanford University are reported dead tomorrow. Gotta keep that healthcare system going. We asked a couple of people about that. We have a fantastic program tonight. Enough about that monologue. Tomorrow night's monologue is going to be really good. Really good. We have a great show for you tonight. My first guest this evening has never won a TRL championship, but he has won all of our hearts. He is joining Red Bull as a driver, effective immediately, formerly Ferrari team principal. The wonderful Benjamin Netanyahu is on the show.
My idol. Why do we have to disrespect my idol?
Benjamin Netanyahu will be on the show. My second guest this evening. Great friend of the show as well. Great friend of mine. He's announcing the show tonight, and he's my comedic sidekick. Oscar Chukra is on the show as well. And my final guest this evening is being saved. We're saving the best till last. My good friend, my great friend. He has been my commentary partner in this league for many, many years. He's making one final appearance in this show on our penultimate night. The wonderful Sean is with us as well. Head admin. Aww. It's not the same when it's an actual sound effect, you know? It's not the same.
Aww.
That's better. And right over here, which is Titan's cue to play the music. You know how it is, Titan. Max Weinberg. And the Max Weinberg 7. Titan, all yours. I choked on my drink when we were playing that. I choked on my drink. I don't know how my voice has recovered so quickly, but I nearly died, Oscar. That would have been awkward.
Yeah, but we in TR, we don't care if you would die because you're leaving us.
That's true. I mean, it's not like you would care if Mr. Storm keeled over in the middle of his show and died. You would have cared like 5 weeks ago, but not anymore, unfortunately.
I would have cared until you announced it, but now I feel like you backstabbed the entire server. I feel like you're like Judas and deserve the same punishment as him.
Aww. Ray! Aww. Oscar's gone out for blood tonight. We have a top 10 list tonight. We won last night. What was it last night? I need to find it. What did we do last night? We had the top 10 things people will miss about me. Tonight we have the top 10 jobs I could potentially go to when I leave TRL tomorrow night, Oscar.
I think probably one of the jobs will be getting onto a one-way plane to North Korea.
I would not like to visit Pyongyang, but Dennis Rodman likes to do that, so yeah.
Yeah, but Dennis Rodman has balls, not like you.
Thanks, Oscar. Did you know Dennis Rodman was the first person in the world to actually announce to the globe that Kim Jong-un had a daughter?
No, I did not know.
Yeah. He is
crazy.
best friends with Kim and Donald Trump. He is the US's best diplomat in North Korea, and he hasn't been over there in years. If we want to avoid a third world war, send Dennis Rodman to North Korea.
He was a black American basketball player too.
Yeah, which is ironic. Yeah, we'll not delay. Here are the top 10 jobs Mr. Storm can go to. Number 10, I could go to another league. I could, Oscar.
Yeah, you could.
Why would I do that though? Why would I do that when there are loads of other great options here? The number 9 job I could go to, I could go back to the radio station I worked at last week. That'd be good. That'd be good for my career, you know?
Yeah, you have a potential in there.
I would say so. Yeah, I think I did a good job last week. I think they like me over there. They're probably laughing behind my back now that I'm gone this week, but who cares? Number 8, I could become a commentator on the F1 Kids.
No, because you'd probably start geeking out with the cat.
That's true. That's true. Ronnie's cat would not make sense on the F1 Kids broadcast. Number 7, I could become an NBC page and start touring people around 30 Rockefeller Center, which means I could potentially assassinate Jimmy Fallon. That would be good.
Okay,
That would be good.
Keep that part because he's gonna probably find you before you find him.
Number 6, I could start working at McDonald's.
That's a realistic one.
Yeah, that is quite realistic, but it wouldn't be very rewarding. Number, what, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, yeah, number 5, I could become Anthony Shamore's personal masseuse. Yeah.
This is a great question for Anthony to answer.
Yeah, but we'll get to that when we get to the interview. Number 6, I could start modeling Speedos. Not the best job in the world, but it pays well.
You should probably start doing like Valtteri Bottas, posting a nude calendar.
Yeah, that would earn a lot of money and probably put a lot of people on the register for buying it. Number 3, I could become the new mighty Reddit ant. I don't really know why I would do that. I could.
No, you wouldn't.
The number 2 thing I could do, I could run away to China and start training with the Shaolin monks.
No, you wouldn't like it because they'd probably start calling you names for being British and not knowing Chinese.
That's true. That's true. That's why it's so high up in the list, because it's so unrealistic. And the final thing, the number 1 job I could do in another life, I could have sold tickets to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to Little St. James. We love that island on this show. We love the island. We love the island. No wasting time tonight, folks. No wasting time. Let's not talk about the island. Alright, everybody, let's cut to the chase. My first guest tonight, I mentioned the fact that he is one glaring gap on his resume. He's never won a TRL title, but he's won all of our hearts. In reality, he is all of our boyfriends, I think. Let's cut to the chase. Please welcome to the show, Anthony Shamore, everybody. Round of applause for him.
Ooh. Yeah, hello guys, hello.
Hi Anthony, how you doing?
I'm doing good, another day, woke up, just another afternoon for me, just in my room.
Yeah, that's fair enough, how is life in the United States treating you at the moment?
I love it, I love paying my taxes to Israel, I love eating goy slop food, it's amazing. I love America with all my heart, it's amazing.
Anthony's gonna be found dead in a ditch in 24 hours. Poor guy. He's gonna be found.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's gonna be found in some woman's suitcase. He's gonna be chopped up into little pieces.
And they're gonna make some type of propaganda saying I just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna be done like Dexter Morgan does with his victims.
No, we'll not talk about your life in America, your history of Israel. I wanna start with your history in TRL. I've been asking a lot of people about this. What's life been like in this league for you over the last couple of years? Would you care to give people a little rundown of your time in TRL?
Yeah, so I joined this league back in January 12th or 13th in 2023. It was my very first racing league in TRL. It was one of the precious moments in my career of racing. I had my ups and downs in the league, championship battles, this and that, stupid mistakes, but also looking back at those mistakes, I was a kid. I was 12 years
That's true.
old, 11 years old racing, so I was always greedy, always wanted to win. And you live and you learn from those mistakes. And I might hate this league, might love this league, but deep in my heart, this was my first racing league, and it had a big impact on me because it's where I started racing at. So I have a lot of sympathy for this league, even though I hate it sometimes. But I still
Yeah, I think we all have that feeling though.
yeah, I mean, it's TRL. Anything can happen. Always can happen.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I can say
yeah,
that from experience.
but yeah,
We
this
joined.
league
We
has
joined roughly
grown up.
around the same time, though. So we have experienced the same events together. We experienced the fall of Tireless, the rise of Turbo. I suppose the decline of Turbo of late. We're gonna cut straight to it. What can we do to improve the league?
I have some recommendations. We can.
How
One of
long
the
do you
things is we
have?
can. Uh, I like it. I'll make it short. I have like two recommendations.
Okay.
Okay, so my first recommendation is we sack one of the tiers. I don't think we need three tiers of total. Okay.
Hmm.
We have, I mean, look at it. We have more drivers racing in tier three than we have more drivers racing in tier one. That's kind of embarrassing, for supposed fast league we say or we are ourselves. Um, Second option is we start approaching more competitive drivers out there. It's like some of my friends and Oscars,
Hmm.
and others, and we sack some of the drivers from tier one, of course, because we can definitely get some faster drivers, of course.
Mm.
And I know, I know if we have a great grid in tier one, this league can
That's
bring so
true.
much action, and we've seen a lot of action in this league before. It's not
Mm.
like it's ever happened. We used to have full grids every day here and
That's
there,
true
but
as well. Yeah.
it has declined a little bit, and it's kind of sad
Mm.
seeing my league, and that's why I also. Well, wait, I'll save that for later. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah. You've hit the nail on the head with what I think is wrong, and I don't have much time to fix it, considering the fact that I'm out of here. But I do like hearing people's opinions on how can we do this, because I feel having this kind of peaceful conversation, we're not turning it into an argument with people. I feel having this show as a platform to debate these issues is actually really good. It humanizes us all. It allows us to express our opinions on what's wrong, and maybe we can take something from it. So I thank you for that. I want to turn to the racing because you had a reputation maybe a couple of years ago. You were a hothead. You said you wanted to win a lot. You didn't win all the time, obviously. That's impossible unless you're Sam Lewis. You've had that reputation, but you got rid of it. You've become a lot more consistent. You've become a lot more clean. What was the precipice? What was the turning point that made you the driver you are today compared to the driver you were a couple of years ago?
I mean, like I said, I was young. I was always greedy, always trying to get in there, just fight it out, and try to eke the gap out and just win. Because I've had pace even though when I was young, and I'm still young. I'm not saying I'm an unk or anything like that, but
Hmm.
you know, yeah, You live and you learn. Like I said, I learned a lot from my mistakes. And the more mistakes you make, the more you learn from them. And it could be frustrating here and there. I lost championships in this league, you can say. But one day if it does or it doesn't come back to me, I always learn from it. I'll never bring my head down or anything. I'll always keep pushing, keep trying. And yeah, I joined Red Bull now, and we'll see what happens. I was just kind of pressured by someone named Oscar a little bit, but it'll help the attendance a little bit. My action in racing will definitely bring some type of way the grid closer to each other. But yeah, dude, like I said, you live and you learn from your mistakes, and that's what I've done, and
Hmm.
I've just capitalized on everything I was bad at and stuff. Just practice more. Try not to get upset as much, even though it's really frustrating. Just keep your head down and keep pushing. That's my mentality, and
Hmm.
that's how I kept doing it.
And you've had your feuds with a lot of people. The last notable one is your breakup between you and Oscar a couple of weeks ago. Would you consider Oscar to be one of your closest allies? Though, apart from the fact that you do squabble sometimes, you are close enough. Am I right in saying that? As
Yeah,
Oscar giggles to himself.
it's nothing personal or anything. We're like brothers basically, me and
Yeah.
Oscar. We call every day, I would say. It's just rage baiting the term, we just like to get on each other's nerves sometimes, and sometimes it can go too far than expected, but
Yeah.
that's the thing with friendship, isn't it, right?
That's very true. Yeah. Um, do we have any other notable friendships to mention that you've had in TRL?
There's Balbo, there is
Mm.
Rai Zapu, Sam Lewis, a new one, a friend of mine. Who else? Sam Rose, the goat.
Well, that's debatable.
Jamboy, my team
Yeah,
principal. That was a
he
fun
is the
time.
goat. We had him on a Monday night.
Jamboy's the goat.
Yeah.
Shan, of
Tremendous.
course. Shan's the one. We fought some championships with me and him
Mhm.
together. He was a great team principal. I really enjoyed his time. Um, I'm missing a couple, I think, but yeah, I think that's about it for my closest.
Yeah, absolutely. And look,
And you, of course.
you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that. Look, there's obviously been a number of shortcomings. There's been a couple of titles you've missed out on. Do you regret those moments at all?
Yeah, I look back, you can look back and say like, "Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I should have done this. Oh, I could have done that." It's always if it's like Max Verstappen said, if my mom had balls, she'd be my dad.
Yeah.
Um,
And if my
you
grandmother
know,
had wheels, she'd be a bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But yeah, you can look back at those and like I said, you just learn from it. It can bring you down a little bit. That's what happened with me. It's frustrating, because that's all I wanted in this league. But I already have 3 championships already, so it's okay.
Hmm.
It's not a big deal for me. I just wanted this one championship in TRL. But
Was Kota last season the one that got
okay.
away?
That Coda, that's a oh
Let's
boy,
not
that
go
one
back
was
to
that's
this, please.
rage bait right there. That was not
No, no,
my
I'm
fault.
genuinely
I
asking. I'm
got kicked
genuinely
out.
asking because you could have won it at that race, and then everything went wrong, and none of it was your fault.
Yeah, none of it was my fault. I mean, no, I'm not gonna say anything, but it was kind of suspicious how ART driver, someone from San
ART
Luis,
only.
just comes in and basically straight lines me, goes for an unnecessary dive bomb from 9 tenths back, and I'm a championship leader. I have to avoid a crash because I'm not trying to get
Hmm.
taken out. And
No,
it was
I did feel
frustrating.
I did feel very sorry for you in those days because let's be completely honest here. If Sam Lewis never existed, or if he did exist and wasn't in TRL, that title was yours, and it would have been a great title for regardless if he were in the league or not. But no, that was the chance, and I still feel very sorry that that did slip through your fingers.
Yeah.
In future, season 9, 10, 11, where do we go from here for you in TRL?
Honestly, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't care. I'm just gonna have fun at this point. Mess around.
Yeah,
If I get penalties, I get penalties. I'm just gonna have fun from here on out. I already learned from what I
and
can
if
do and cannot do.
And if a championship comes along, who cares? Anthony, thank you very much for your company. Absolutely wonderful to talk to you as per usual. Maybe the final time. Who knows?
Of course, Storm. It's always been a pleasure to talk with you as well. I appreciate you bringing me on your show today, and yeah, it's been lovely. I appreciate it a lot.
All the countless grid walks. Great, great guy. Anthony Shimor, we'll take a break when we come back. Oscar Chukwu is on the show. He's great. Stick around. Wow, imagine Oscar being on the show tonight. That's great.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
it's really
that's
interesting.
fantastic. I think we all know the interview we're all here for, though. And it's already happened, so you can all get out of here. It's already. I think I might ping at here for the Sean interview. I think we should.
What?
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Just want as many eyes on me. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay. Well, you do that, and I ban you today. How about
No.
that?
No. Hooray! Oh. Alright, we'll go 33 minutes past. Titan, count us in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 7, 421, go. Titan!
Oh god, I hope he isn't doing anything fishy.
I hope not either. Let me listen to the stream, and if we're talking, then I know he's obviously not here. Titan! Titan! Oh, he's gone. We're not muted. Okay, let's continue. Okay, everybody, we are back. Maybe for a YouTube release of the show, that can get edited. Alright, everybody, we are back. My second guest this evening. He's a great fella. He's the show announcer tonight. He fumbled his lines early on, but he recovered very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Oscar Chukwer, everybody. What was with the Native American war cry?
I taught a lot of Native American topic in my school in English classes.
What is your relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu?
If I say it, I might get probably cancelled, so I will probably...
No,
keep it
I mean
secret.
Benjamin Netanyahu as in Anthony.
Oh yeah, Anthony. It's shit. No, I'm just joking. Anthony, he started off pretty... How do I say it? Journey has been insane though. Started from maybe not having mutual respect, and I think all of a sudden I became Alpine driver in season 4. Relationship just spiked up to where we are today.
Yeah. So it is interesting. Let me just get this out there. You are TRL's encyclopedia. We spoke to you about this a couple of days ago on the show, but you're here tonight to fill the numbers. I'm really happy to have you here. Can I just say that? Because considering the fact it's my second last night here, I kind of want to have the old familiars on before Will surprises me tomorrow. So I'm glad you've shown up. Thank you very much.
No worries, no worries.
We are now, what, 5 weeks from the end of the TRL season? We're close enough to it. I've asked everyone this the last couple of nights, but what do we do to make TRL great again? To preface your profile picture.
Oh, there's a lot of things, but it's hard to explain really. But probably the easiest solution is maybe reducing the tiers amount from 3 to 2. That could be a good start.
Yeah. But of course, you've been appointed staff in the last couple of days.
Yeah, and I'm really happy. I'm really pleased. So when I got full-time role, I've already started DMing some major leagues. Unfortunately, not all of them replied to me back, but fortunately enough, some of them replied to me.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's not official yet. I don't think the partnership's been made official. But we got 2 lined up. No, sorry, they have been. I checked earlier. That was my brain shutting off for a second. But we've got 2. We've got 2. That's good.
3 actually.
3, okay, it's still very good. We've started very well. So I'm leaving. You're now a permanent member of the staff. What can you bring to the role, do you feel?
Yeah, I think probably connection partnerships. I know a lot of fast drivers, but it's really hard because a lot of leagues doesn't allow you to go to DMs to drivers and ask them personally to join a league.
That makes sense.
So of course I don't want to ruin TR's reputation by DMing them the league so that less people will want to join us. And another thing what I really want to do is getting Benjamin Netanyahu a trial staff role because he's a UNC here in TRL, so
that's true.
Like we should get UNCs to become staffs, not the newbies.
BB, yeah.
Yep, Bibi Netanyahu.
Look, you obviously have a long history in this league. You know this league maybe better than anyone. I personally believe. Have we gotten to a point now where this is kind of a low point for TRL, but we can bounce back from it, or it's a worrying moment that we kind of have to fix immediately?
I think this is the lowest point we've been in Turbo Racing League. So we can't talk yet because it's just the second week where the attendance is pretty low. So we can't say yet. Maybe now because it's winter break and different countries have like different times holidays. So
yeah,
we can't yet be worried. But if it continues on, then we might have to start doing some emergency stuff.
And let's not forget as well, last season's final race had 10 drivers as well. So
yeah, I mean it's unfortunate though because you can see that like usually in the TRL season, the season inaugural race of the season always usually starts off with high amounts of drivers, like, I don't know, 14, 15, even this year it was full qualifying.
We started this season with 17, so...
But throughout the season, the number just gets less and less and less until it's going to be 0. Or, like, not 0, but, like, very few main
Do you think that's a racing problem, though? People get turned off by the racing standards? Because they've improved a lot.
It's a hard question to answer, really. Like, maybe some people have more things to do in real life. In real life, like for example, now we're entering this period of time in school where GCSEs or exams, I don't know how you call it, start
Yeah, yeah.
coming SATs. So maybe it depends really how it's happening in real life, but I can definitely say that the racing standards have improved in TRL, where there are less crashes, less tickets created in the higher in tier one. So yeah, I don't know what's the reason really.
Look, we have gotten to a precarious point in TRL's history, but we're not going to talk about it. Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about. No, I know what we're going to talk about. I do know what we're going to talk about. Let's talk about TRL season 9, 10, 11. Get back up the road and everything is
11.
lovely and rosy again. Do you think there's finally going to be an Oscar championship in this league?
If I'm being honest, I don't know. Really, we
You
have
don't
to see
know.
we have to see really how the DLC 2026 DLC will
That's true.
fit my racing style. Also, we have to see how, for example, the likes of Sam, Anthony, Ryu, Thomas will adapt to the new game. The question is if it's going to be a new handling. If it's going to be the same as we have right now, which is quite shit, then we know that there's a good chance that Sam might dominate until he leaves TRLs. So yeah, I don't know really. We have to see what kind of drivers, what kind of pace is the benchmark and is currently in TRL.
Absolutely, yeah. In relation to the F126 DLC, Ferrari obviously debuted a very interesting active aero situation today.
Yeah, saw that.
Do you think Codemasters are going to animate the rear wing, if Ferrari continue to use it, do you think they're going to animate the rear wing going 80 degrees?
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think, not Codemasters, I don't think EA employers care, to be honest, about F1 games. As I call them, those employees are lazy. So if they see probably one car having this kind of innovation, they will probably not care about the rest of the cars having this flip on the rear wing.
And
I
let's not
have,
forget also as well, Codemasters, when they weren't owned by anyone, with a completely independent company, they didn't model DAS in 2020, so
exactly. They
yeah.
didn't model the DAS mode.
And obviously now that they've been bought by Electronic Arts for, I'd say it's the best part of 5 years now. It must be the best part of 5 years.
The best part that has happened in the takeover since EA and Codemasters is probably the money which Codemasters have received, because I don't remember any single good game, maybe 2021, but
Yeah,
really
that's
it.
true. But I remember when there was talk that they were going to be bought out by 2K.
Oh my god, when was it?
That would have been worse.
I wasn't involved really in F1 gaming scene when I was
Yeah, that's fair
in
enough.
2021.
But you obviously are now, and you have a pretty good history in TR. So you're obviously one of those people that I want to talk to in this show, because it's all well and good speaking to people I know and that I'm friendly with, but considering the fact that this is a racing league that has got a long storied history, it makes more sense to talk to the veterans, the unks, the people who've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, etc. You are one of those people. Despite the fact that it might just say you've been in the league for a week, you've been in the league for many, many years.
I know
We'll
the
not
exact day I
talk. We'll
joined.
not talk about that.
No, I know the exact date I joined. I joined 4th of December 2022, which is the exact
Yeah.
same day as my grandfather has birthday.
That's mad, though. I still can't imagine, and I know I'm going to be talking to Sean next, who obviously has been in the league, but I just can't imagine people joining TRL in 2022. It's always it's always 23 onwards that the league
Yeah.
really broke out. 22 just seems like a weird phase in the history of the league, because
Yeah,
I know I
mean-
wasn't around and I can't comment on it, but it just seems a bit odd.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen multiple TikTok videos then, and of course, I probably have stumbled across a partnership, so maybe I saw like it fitted that day particular for me to race in TRL. And also, let's remember, I know the exact day I joined, and also I
Yeah.
remember that I raced in Brazil tier 1, tier 3, so pretty sure that was the end of the inaugural season of Tireless. And to be honest, I wasn't really that around much, probably until like tier 2 finale, tier 1 finale, really, because that's when I started having bigger interest in the league, like for example helping rise up with engineering in Saudi Arabia, the race before the infamous quota incident.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Of course, I was engineering Kimi, which people may not know who it is, Artem Lisov, a former Ferrari driver in Tireless days. So yeah, I've been pretty involved, but it's not like I've been involved since the day I've joined TRL.
Finally, you have not been one of the people I've commentated on. Sad time. Would you ever consider joining, because it's obviously going to be Will's department in the next couple of weeks and months, and I hope he has a long reign like. Would you ever considering retiring to join Will as a TRL commentator?
That's a hard question. I first need to know how 2026 game will be. If it's gonna be shit, maybe. But I trust Will with the decisions. He actually is.
Well,
quite
yeah, of
reliable.
course. I appointed him for that reason. The people
Compared to
So?
someone like Scat, who you appointed to be your replacement as Storm News, but let us not get into that.
no.
Maybe I've done some tier 1 commentaries when I'm usually gone on my summer break in Poland. This year, it's not gonna be like I'm gonna be for whopping 8 weeks. It's gonna be a bit shorter. However, if I find some time when I can't particularly race due to, I don't know, injuries, this or that, probably I will do engineering. Probably I will do commentary. I really don't know the mood which I am in.
No, I completely get that. Finally, I just want to say thanks for a great couple of years. I've
Thank you
had some
very
great
much.
times, and you've been part of those great times as well. So thank you very much, Oscar. I really appreciate it.
Thank
We
you
will
very
take
much.
one final break. When we come back, it is the legendary final interview with my very good friend, the Mercedes team principal, Sean. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Aw.
Titan, hello. Can you mute us? No, I can't mute you because I'm away. I'm away, and your voice is being heard on stream now. Five, four, three, two, six, 7, 1. All right, everybody, we are back. Fine show tonight. It's our last one tomorrow night, Oscar.
Crazy to think how
Yeah.
fast time goes.
I'm sure we will have a fantastic program for you tomorrow night. Will is organizing that one. I'm sure he has brought along some fantastic guests. We'll not know until tomorrow night. But my final guest tonight, I think it's fitting that probably my final ever interview in TRL, because I'm assuming we're going to have fun tomorrow. We're not going to be doing too much of a relaxed interview format like this. I think it's quite fitting that we end it where we started a long, long time ago, all those years. This guy, funnily enough, was my team principal for a couple of weeks, for the full duration of Season 2 in Tireless Racing. I quit the racer's lifestyle. It wasn't for me. Commentary and journalism is, surprisingly. And since Season 1 of Turbo Racing League, he has been my on and off commentary partner. We had a great couple of years together. He's obviously less active in that department now, but whenever he comes back with an absolute bang. For one final time on Late Night and in Turbo Racing League, please welcome Mercedes team principal Sean, everybody. Yay!
Hooray!
Yay!
Hooray!
That's much better, Oscar. Well done. Sean, your power cut out a couple of hours ago.
It sure did.
It sure did. You should. No, and I said this to you earlier. You really need to move to a place that has better power lines, because it seems like it's every night.
Only when it's hella cold outside.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Look, we're at the stage now where I interviewed you in this program a couple of weeks ago, and when we got it back up and running for 2026, and we had a great time. We had a good time. We talked about a lot of interesting things. But this is my penultimate night in this league, and it's hitting me now that I'm not going to be here on Saturday morning, and I do feel a bit emotional about that. And I'm gonna feel emotional not being around the people that I've made so many great memories with, and you're one of those people.
I mean, as you said, we had a really great time together in that commentary box. We had some great moments. We watched some great fights together.
We did.
And you not being here, we're all gonna miss you, buddy.
I appreciate that, and it's been it wasn't an easy decision to make, and I'll say that outright at the moment. I'll say that outright, and I'll mention it tomorrow night when I give my my on-air farewell address. I'm getting a bit emotional thinking of it now, but no. I remember it was the season 1 Spanish Grand Prix, and I said to you, well, I'll do qualifying, but like I'm not going to do the race. Why didn't I do the race? Because Doctor Who was on the TV, and I never miss Doctor Who when it's on the TV. Believe me, Sean.
That is true. I can confirm that.
Yeah. So that was December the 9th, 2023. Good episode, to be fair. Not so good a race. Wasn't a great race. But I was permanently in the commentary box then from the 5th Grand Prix of the season, which was the British Grand Prix, which Ryu won and which Oscar finished in second. And that was a great bit of teamwork from the two of you, Oscar, if I remember correctly.
Was that Silverstone or Mexico?
That was Silverstone.
To be honest, me and Rai, we have great experience together, so that's why I'm quite scared for Anthony and Rai to be teammates, because those two are really good caliber drivers that, of course, I've had such a extreme luckiness to win the constructor of both of them, and I can both say that those drivers are really good and really dedicated if they need to be.
But Sean, we started off really awkwardly because you had a pseudo-professional streaming setup, and then I was commentating through my phone. It was awkward, but it was iconic.
It sure was.
And then the first race I got this trusty speaking device was the season 2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. What a great race to break it in by.
Rise up, wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
That's the exact words, Oscar. He watched the TikTok. He watched the TikTok 5 minutes ago.
No, I actually didn't. I actually remembered quote by quote.
No, that
not
was
the entire, but yeah.
Such a mad race, though.
It was.
I remember Bottas plowing himself into the wall with like 10 laps to go, and then just suddenly, forgive me for the expression I'm going to use here. It was primal between Ryu and Anthony. It was primal. It was beast upon beast. It was great. It probably the greatest ever TRL battle. I'm gonna put that out there, and I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree to you with you on that one. It was raw. It was controlled. It was everything you want in a fight, and they delivered that.
So the season 2 calendar was Australia, Jeddah, Qatar, Spain, Silverstone, Miami, Belgium, Italy, Singapore, Brazil, Vegas, Abu Dhabi. Bad memories of Abu Dhabi because we were going into what was a great title fight. The race restarted about 582 times.
Yeah.
And then on the formation lap for the final running of the event, this was on the 18th of May 2024. Yeah, the 18th of May 2004. My power cut out.
Yeah.
And you had to commentate Ryu Zappi win the title on your own, which was an awful experience for the two of us because it had built up to such a great finale, and then it was robbed. And I was also robbed in the following season when Magnus Sheep won the title as well.
Let's not talk about Kevin Zinneberg.
Yeah. So those were really awful days.
Yeah,
but
we definitely did get robbed on those moments.
I suppose we made up for the last season with the showdown there, but the Vegas Grand Prix the weekend before that Abu Dhabi showdown in season 2, when you had that like 5 or 6 car showdown. Season 2 really was great, wasn't it?
No, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Definitely was. There were battles all over the field. Everyone was involved in a battle somewhere in each race. And no, it was real fun to watch from
It was.
Can I answer that question?
perspective.
Yeah, go on, yeah, Oscar, yeah.
The reason why there were so many interesting battles is because F123 was actually quite a decent game where Slipstream was
was.
a thing and
Was.
Dirt Era was a thing, not like this shit crap which there is no Slipstream, or like last game where there is just Slipstream.
No, and I can vouch for that. It was a very good game. It was probably the last F1 game I actually properly played. But Sean, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little game of how good our memories are. Well, specifically yours. We're gonna run through that entire season 2 calendar, and you're gonna tell me who won that race.
Oh no,
Da-da-da-dum.
that okay.
So we will
I'll
start
try my
off
best.
with the opening race of season 2, the Australian Grand Prix. Who won the opener of season 2?
Season 2.
Think
I am thinking. Thank you very much, but um, I'm blanking. At the moment.
Well, I'll
I
tell you. Well, I
yeah.
do remember this one. Ryu Zappu won the opener. We all know who
Yeah,
won in
of course.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Who won the Qatar Grand Prix the following week?
ooh, I know this really well.
He won it by 10 seconds.
It was a dominant
EP.
play. I
EP.
remember that. Was it Anthony?
It was.
It was.
Anthony then won the Spanish and British Grand Prix, but who won in a rain-soaked Miami?
In me.
I know this really well.
Of course.
Well, we know Oscar knows these
you
things,
were
right?
there.
I
He's
know
the
the podium.
encyclopedia.
I was there too, but I've had some less than fortunate stuff happen in my life, which has taken a
Yeah.
toll on my memory from some of the stuff from here.
Well,
Formerly
Valtteri
known as
Bottas.
Kite
Valtteri
Cat.
Bottas ended up.
Of course. Yeah.
EGF came second and I came third.
Who
Yeah.
won Belgium though, Oscar?
Dean on
Correct.
his comeback.
Yes, and then Bottas
And he
won
got
Italy.
the double. He got the no, didn't? Oh, he got penalized. He won on track.
Yeah,
that's
the double,
right.
but he got penalized post race. And
Exactly.
Baldo came on the
Nobody
podium.
remembers
I got third in
Singapore or
Miami.
Brazil because I wasn't there for this.
Brazil was,
who won Vegas? You know, I don't remember that one either. The end of the season was so good, but I just don't
Vegas
remember.
was
We'll not
Emil
talk about Abu
Al-Hokura.
Dhabi. We won't talk
Anthony
about
won on
Abu
track.
Dhabi. Let's
I won
move
it
on.
the track, but I got a penalty.
Emil won in Vegas. In Brazil was Ryu Zappu who won, or Emil, I think, because Ryu got the 10 seconds, I think, for sort of brake checking Emil into the pit lane where they broke when Emil broke his front wing. In Singapore,
yeah,
there was
right.
the infamous crash between Ryu and Anthony,
Yeah.
and I think that race was won by Anthony. I think because Ryu, I think, got damage. And Anthony won on track, but I think Emil got later the victory due to some sort of penalty which Anthony got. And somehow, miraculously, Anthony was in the championship fight after having 2 race bans. Particularly, those bans were in Monza and in Brazil for breaching the amount of penalty points.
Crazy
and in
stuff.
Abu Dhabi,
Crazy stuff.
Anthony took out Ryu Zappu, and Anthony got disqualified from the game because a safety car teleported behind his car. And Ryu
Yeah, I
won.
think Oscar should just own TRL at this point. Look, we've had our fun, Sean. We've had our fun over the years. I'm gone soon enough. You're staying on as head admin and sorts of those funny roles that you have that don't really mean too much, but they mean a lot for a person like you, I suppose. Where do we go from here? Where does TRL go? What do we do to fix these problems?
Listen to the voices that actually want to help.
That's simple. Yeah, that works. You know?
Is
Is it as simple as that though? Is it as simple as that?
It's obviously not as simple as just listening. We have to listen, we have to adapt, and we have to move forward. We have to leave behind what we have been doing and not really listened, doing like our own thing, just going what we think is the best. That doesn't work anymore, obviously, and we need to start actually make changes, listen to the people, listen to what they want, see how can we implement it, how can we improve on their suggestion. Like there's so
Mm.
many things you need to consider. Um, but that's the way forward, how I see it.
Mm. Do you have any recommendations of your own?
I mean, we have started to take steps towards
Correct.
I mean, reaching where we want forward by I mean promoting Oscar to staff now, promoting Kels to admin, to have more people with a voice in staff. But it it's not stopping with us. We need the people of TRL, we need the drivers, we need the TPs to give us ideas, to help us make the league better. We can't do it on our own. Um, we can sure try. We have tried. Look where it has gotten us. So we need your help. We need to
Mm.
get ideas. We need your ideas. See how you want what you want to implement into this league. Maybe implement it, maybe modify it, and then implement it. But we need your help. We can't do this without you. The league won't function without its core members, which are the drivers.
Hmm. That's it. It's as simple as that, but steps are going to be made. I'm sure they will be. Finally, I want to say this. Wow. 2023 was a long time ago for people. Definitely in my life, 100% in yours, but there has been one constant for me in that there's been TRL. And there have been members in that league who have been, or that league, it's like I've left it, but there have been members of the league who have been here for such a long time, and I can name a load of them, but I'm talking to one of them now. So this is the definitive farewell. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be here tomorrow night to listen to my joint message to everyone, but to you, you are a shining example of perseverance, of that never say die mentality. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but given your life and given what you've put yourself through and given what you've recovered, I suppose it kind of is. Thank you for the wonderful moments we shared together. That's well documented. Thank you very much for the advice you've given me. Thank you very much for, I suppose, being a mentor to us all. You are more than what you think you are. I don't think you really realize how truly appreciated you are, and sure you can acknowledge it, but really, from us all here, you have been a remarkable person, and TRL is very lucky to have you. It will be very lucky to have you even when I'm out of here, and I'm just saying that. Continue to make this place great, continue to ensure its success. I will talk to you in the future, I'm sure. You've been a wonderful friend. John, Mercedes team principal, everybody, thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody, that is our show. One to go. One to go. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be fun. But it is going to be a great show from all of us here. Thank you very much. I want to thank all my guests. Hekaron, Anthony Shamor, Oscar Chukwara for announcing the show as well. To Sean, to Titan for streaming. We will see you tomorrow. Good night. God bless. Take care. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.